Hi folks, welcome to your mwis Friday Planner in association with Ellis Brigham. We've got high pressure building in across the country this weekend, so a fair weather story for most places. Cold overnight, particularly in Scotland, with widespread hard frosts in many of the glens. Many places then are staying dry onwards into next week as high pressure still dominates, but a rather chilly feel will prevail with a strengthening southeasterly wind. These are the minimum temperatures forecast for around dawn on Saturday morning. You can see the coldest of the values across Scotland, widely below freezing then, a few of the glens dipping below -5, so a very cold start, but those temperatures will lift as some sunshine gets to work during the morning. Now, high pressure will be centred just to the west of us on Saturday. Most places across Scotland in for a dry day with variable cloud, a good deal of sunshine around, some of that cloud just coming and going on one or two of the tops, and the chance of isolated showers just coming in from the coasts in the northwest on a northwesterly breeze here. Least of the wind across the highlands in the west, a bit breezier on the tops toward the east, and that keen north to northeasterly wind will be felt across England and Wales, where feeling distinctly chilly and blustery on the tops through the day here. The leftovers of a front that's been around for recent days is sitting just to the east of us. Now that may still drag in some areas of drizzly showers and even the odd snow flurry on the highest tops over the Pennines. Maybe the greatest risk of some showers just coming in across the Peak District where it stays rather cloudy, and the chance of an isolated light shower getting into Wales, but mostly a dry picture here with some cloud breaks to higher tops. But just expect that rather brisk wind. Now, what's left of that front has pretty much faded away completely by Sunday, and high pressure is parked over the top of us. Again, a cold night, a frosty dawn across a good part of Scotland and indeed northern England as well, where winds are light and the skies are clear, and it's generally leading to a sunny day with just variable patchy cloud around the hills and mountains, generally in the clear. Still a rather cold feeling northeasterly breeze though across England and Wales, which will be quite gusty for a while. I think strongest winds in the morning here before just tending to ease down with time. Could be locally a little bit blustery too around the far northwest coast of Scotland, around Skye and some of the mountains nearest to the west coast. Otherwise, generally light winds across much of the highlands. Temperatures on the mountains staying near to freezing point, locally just a degree or so above, particularly in northeastern Scotland. Now the high is positioned just to the east of us by Monday, with the general airflow as a south to southeasterly, maybe a bit more easterly across Wales. The wind tending to strengthen then as we go through the day, quite blustery, gusty winds in places, and a distinct chill factor with that. The air mass is quite a cold one then coming in from the east, and temperatures on the mountains near or below freezing point from around 600 to 800 metres upwards, and will stay that way much of the day. Some frost in sheltered valleys early in the day, so again a cold start lower down. Those temperatures will lift on the lower slopes through the daytime. It's generally dry with some sunshine pretty widely, but some low cloud banks could just be around, more focused on some eastern hills in Scotland and the eastern side of the Pennines, and also the eastern hills of Wales. That strong south-southeasterly wind is likely to be the story then into next week. We've got high pressure sitting to the east, forming a blockage to any Atlantic weather systems, which are rather queuing up just to the west, but can't really make much progress in at this stage, so it stays most likely dry with some variable broken cloud, maybe just a few patches on some higher slopes in places, but also a good amount of sunshine. But the wind strength is the key thing, and that will be gale force in places and very gusty through some of the elevated passes downslope to the northern side of some major summits, and that could be easily gusting 50 or 60 miles per hour in one or two spots. So do be aware of some very powerful wind gusts and a very cold feel to things through Tuesday. Temperatures then sub-zero, maybe above around 500 or 600 metres pretty widely. There's not a huge amount of change into Wednesday. Low pressure and fronts are still situated out to the west. They can't make much progress. High pressure stays positioned around Scandinavia, and that again, strong south-southeasterly wind, very gusty, and the risk of gales and powerful gusts to some lower slopes. It's broadly dry, it's broadly clear, one or two stubborn low cloud banks on some south and eastern facing hills though. The main uncertainty in the second half of the week is just how strong the high remains to the east and whether any fronts to the Atlantic side can just encroach their way in. It might just be that some will fringe in across Ireland to some westernmost coastal areas of Britain to bring the risk of some rain and some snow over the hills with the cold air that is in place, but struggling to make too many inroads. It may well be that much of Britain stays dry even to the end of the week and next weekend, but just watching to see if any patchy rain and hill snow gets in to the west. High pressure then, a strong area around Scandinavia, maintaining that strong southeasterly wind and that threat of some gales and very gusty conditions still across the mountains. Be prepared for a significant wind chill, a very wintry feel still very much in place over the mountains. Terrain widely frozen. The snow that exists at the moment on the higher tops is still very much going to be around. You can stay up to date with all your local information, of course, every day on the mwis website. That is your Friday planner in association with Ellis Brigham. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.